Been around man like JK, Skepta, Jammer, Devilman, big names.
Couple man, bro. From the age of 7 and playing in the park and things that you're seeing and that, the ends ain't normal, bro. I was always the sharing type. If I've got something, even from a very early age, whoever we is for the day, whether it's the one friend I'm rolling with or 3 of them, it's fraction between us, and I suppose that's just the mentality that I've always had. I see the world as land and water. We're all the same thing, bro. Unless you're a fish and you're in the water, bro. You're on the land with the man, them, innit? So we're all the same thing, bro. No. I wouldn't pray like this, for example. I wouldn't pray like that. I'd probably sit there.
You believe in reincarnation then?
100%, bro. I've been here before.
Yeah. Go on, who were you before?
Yeah, man. I died in a house fire in 1976 in India, and I still remember my parents. I see them when I dream. My mum's, bro. First time I used to rap was with my friend Warren in St George's Primary School. We used to remix things that we'd heard on the radio, and we'd get all the girls to watch us in the corner and we'd say, yo, we're doing disco at playtime. I've had people that have asked me, yo, blood, can I have a hug? You know, the genuine one when you've been on a night out and that man said, yo, you helped me at this point in life.
I think Rita Ora's sexy. Oh, what a shame she's a pagan.
Oh, she was nasty to my mate in college. The original, the remix.
The original, bro.
What I go on SOX, what am I doing? I'm shotting his bags with powder in. I've got a thing in bro. I'm like, you alright, cocker? Come for a cup, are you welcome in? I'm a single man with a son. Oh, I need out with him. How goes it? You ain't got no bullets. I heard from Robbie, my muppet. She don't know that I'm texting others. My link's nice, but her brethren's butters. Style and class with thighs and arseholes sliding down in Flex's covers. You know, my mum won't like me rapping the next bit. I'm in my yard, yeah. Oh, sorry about that lyric, yeah.
Right, welcome back to the channel, guys. We've got an international superstar on today, yeah.
Inside the place, my brother. Thanks for coming down, man.
I appreciate the hospitality, bro. This guy's literally let us in his house. Do you know what I mean? Sat us down. Literally.
Very welcoming.
Very welcoming.
Respect, man. I support the grind. I support the hustle. I've seen what you've been doing before, man. And I love doing podcasts, man. Never done one with the Manny lads before. So you're welcome to Birmingham, bro.
Well, you're bro, lad, though, innit?
Yeah,
obviously the viewers know, fam.
Yeah. Trust me. So closer to home.
We've been watching. So I've got my cousin, obviously, as you know, the producer, unpaid producer. Yeah. He's obviously he's from Manny. I've moved to Manny, but originally I'm from Brum, and we've grown up listening to your stuff, fam. You know, the days when grime was massive here, certainly in Birmingham. This is how I remember it. We'll go into it a bit further, but just in terms of a bit of an introduction, fam. Not even that you need it, but get me. I know for those of you who don't know, man, like SOX, yeah. AK, what do you go by now, fam?
Scousho Sharabardo inside the place. Shout out Dr. Sharabardo as well. Trust me.
Yeah. So you've hit. I had a quick look last night, bro, when I was writing up these notes, yeah. And you hit over like I would say about 15 million views in total, isn't it?
Yeah, probably about 65. You know.
Sweet,
you know, on all the safety class sets and not personal SOX releases and that. Yeah, but probably about 65.
65 million, yeah.
Yeah, man. Rough estimate, innit? Maybe more.
Well, just in your, I mean, you could easily find 10 tracks that are
in the mills,
millions,
individually,
yeah, innit? Crazy, man. And you featured on music with, I remember Bugsy Malone was one. Well, I think that's the first time I heard him.
Okay, yeah, first time I heard Bugsy, yeah.
I think that was the first time I heard him as well. Still, that was a mad link up and that. Big up Bugsy. He drove down to link us in Warsaw as well, and I think it was Grind Daily that asked us individually to work, and it
was that Hotbox.
Yeah, it was Grind Daily North actually. So me and Bugsy didn't communicate with that. It was suggested by GRM, innit? So big up them as well, and
we were listening to that on the way down, innit?
Yeah, man. So that was a good link up still. Big up Bugsy, man.
You've been around, man, like JK, Skepta, Jammer, Devilman, big names.
Couple man, trust me. Big up all them, man, as well, my G's.
Part of Invasion Alert, innit? Last man standing.
Last man standing, Invasion Alert, what invader?
If you know Invasion Alert, yeah, you man were popping. I'm not sure to say you're not now, obviously, you're the last man going, innit? But it was a big thing in its day, innit?
In the prime, so we'll call it 2012 to 2015.
Because that's when we were banging it as well. You know, at school, because we're in school them times. You know, year 10, year 11, this and that. That was the going thing, man. Again, so it's sick to just be sitting here with you.
Respect, man. Thanks for coming once again,
bro. And I've listened to so some of this year. I'm going to be referencing the other podcast that you've been on.
Yeah.
Remind me what it's called again, bro. Chop Shop.
Chop Shop was the first ever podcast that I've done. Still, big up, big Chopper and that.
Yeah, shout out that brother. I don't personally know him, but I listened to that.
Yeah, he's doing bits for the community, man, and he gets his guests on proper and that. Always 30 people.
We'll whack it in the description down below. Then check that
down
out. You describe yourself as a rapper, as in an MC, a mixer. He mentioned as well.
Like DJ.
DJ, yeah. But you were saying, you explained that you mix while you spit, yeah?
Yeah.
And then also, you said entrepreneur as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Why would you say entrepreneur, bro?
There's many different things that we've done over the years. See, as being a rapper as well, you can get booked for an event or you can put your own one on, for example.
Yeah.
So there's been a few things. I've done a lot of youth work. I don't even want to spill all the beans of my business ideas and
no, that's fair enough, bro.
There's a lot of other things. Just use your imagination. There's clothing that comes off the back of it. There's youth work. There's community stuff that you can do. There's art. There's a lot of things that can come off the back of being I don't know the word to call it.
An artist, really.
An artist in general, and a businessman.
Yeah. That's where the entrepreneur comes from, then,
yeah. Man.
So, bro, as opposed to sort of a music, because obviously you're a musician, innit? But as opposed to just a music thing, right? I want to talk more about who you are in your life as well, innit? I know, obviously, a massive part of it is music.
Yeah.
But I wanted to take it back to your sort of upbringing and stuff, innit? Because what I like to cover on this channel, right? Obviously, the video is called, or the series is called Voices of the Unheard. So it's people from different lives, different backgrounds, who maybe they're not, obviously, as the title says, as it says on the tin, you know, they're not heard as much. It's kind of ironic, obviously, with the millions of views you got. But there's a lot of men like you who have kind of grew up the way you have. Do you know what I mean? And your music kind of embodies certain struggles as well. Would you agree?
Yeah, I hear so.
Yeah. So just a bit of a backdrop to the podcast and how I want to go for things. Because certain people, they might see a musician, they think it's all going to be about grime and music. So it's not really. You know what I mean? Why it's just to be clear for people. So we take it back, bro. 1990, you mentioned, yeah. So how old does that make you, fam?
All right, cool. So my real name is John. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this. They think it's Jonathan or Leon or all these other things because of the internet. I'm from an area in Birmingham called Newtown. I've always lived here. People think I'm from other ends as well, but yeah. I'm a Scorpio. I'm an empath. I was born 25th of the 10th, 1990 in the Chinese year of the snake, innit?
Okay.
So this is me, man. I've always been in Birmingham, except for when I go to Spain for the summers, innit?
Well, you go every year, generally.
As much as I can, innit? As much as I can. That's my other destination. That's my happy place still, besides the ends, innit?
So what was school life like, bro, and family life growing up?
My mum and dad were actually married, you know, like from thingy. So we're from a inner city area. It's not like we had the most money and that, but I did have a 2-parent household, innit? So it was a lot different to everything else. Like, I can't say I went without things and that. I had other family units, like an auntie and a brother as well. So life wasn't that hard as a child until man got into the open world and I was about 11, and anything I wanted, rest in peace my pops and big up mumsy upstairs. I can't say I was some hard done by eating that. There was food in my belly and whatnot. But man was mingling with man that never had nothing as well.
Yeah.
So I was always the sharing type. If I've got something, even from a very early age, whoever we is for the day, whether it's the one friend I'm rolling with or 3 of them, it's fraction between us, isn't it? I suppose that's just the mentality that I've always had as well from the way I've been brought up, innit?
And you still got it, man. The way you let us in your house and just offering this and that for horrible shades, everything.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yo, these man bought me biscuits as well, yeah. My mum's eating them upstairs and that, so big up for the biscuits, bro. Not no little packet as well, you know, the box, the tin, the 30 biscuits.
Nah, come on, bro. That's the least we can do, really. Do you know what I mean? That's interesting, bro, that you say all that, because what I wanted to, what I was thinking this might sort of progress to is usually grime, correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, but a lot of sort of, if you want to call it underground, not so mainstream music, a lot of it, and rap, it's kind of rebelling against something, and it's like, oh, shit's not good, and but you're saying things are actually calm, so from
life in the house was calm, and my upbringing was calm. You see, when man's going out, even from the age of 7 and playing in the park and things that you're seeing and that, the ends ain't normal, bro. It's man's from a crud block and that. So when I'm coming here, I've got dinner, but when I'm playing in the park, man might have seen something that man shouldn't be seeing at them ages and that, like on an army level, like, so it's always been a bit crud as well, isn't it? And especially when within a community, you find out later that it's happened to one of your family friends and someone else as well. So going out of the house, even from the age of 7 and that's when.
That's young, bro. 7.
Yeah, I mean, I've got parents with me and that, but if we're in the local play area and something happens in the ends, obviously between the older generation, we're all witnessing it from when we're 6, 7 years old and that, innit?
How would you say that's affected you growing It's not normal, is it?
It's not normal, bro. I mean, none of us signed up for the army and that, so.
Oh, you look like you.
No, I've been through my shit, man. But
So at 7 years old, you're seeing things that you describe as not being normal. And how did that affect you? Would you say, bro?
It made me question things a lot. For example, Dad, why do those men keep going in the bin sheds when they're not emptying their bins? And then you find out that your parents have to be real. These people take drugs. There is such thing as drugs. You don't want to be like them. There's weirdos in the world. Don't talk to strangers. The first life levels and that. And yeah, it was mad still living in the ends that man live in. Man seen everything from a young age, even playing out over the park, and yeah, it just makes me question things. And why is it like this? Why is this happening? So when I went to like school, for example, and I got a bit older, and everyone was telling me the world was this way, which it was in their eyes, and I'm thinking not everywhere. For example, it's a bit different in certain places, and there's a lot of different cultures. Not everyone wants to follow the British school curriculum and biff, chip and kipper. Some men are over here from a war in Kosovo or a volcanic disaster in the Caribbean and that, and they're not trying to live the same at the moment, which I respect. It's not gonna, we're not crossing correctly in it. So there's a lot of stuff that we saw in the ends that was mad and that. Obviously, I love all my people from everywhere. That's what makes a SOX and that. But other people don't understand that, if they're not from the area.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was weird, man. I always question things, even my accent from a young age and that. Like, man's got a heavy accent. Man was speaking patois accidentally from like 8, but when you're going to
something, is it? Yeah.
Just from the local community, if you say good morning, how are you, and someone says how often is it, until you're going to start picking that up every day, and it's not that man tries to do it, it's your surroundings and certain things. So from a young age, say when I'm 9 and 10 and I'm going to my other friends, Wagwanji, they're looking at me like, what's wrong with this you? But there's nothing wrong with man. It's community, and
it's a multicultural community.
It's mad, bro. It's mad.
Yeah. Well, it has a lot of benefits as well, obviously, because bro, the world's a big place, man. Especially when you're traveling and stuff. Certain people, I've noticed. I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, but I've noticed if they've grown up in, like, I've met people from like the countryside. Yeah. Now I grew up in Brom till 18, innit? And then I moved to Manny. I've been there about 5 years now. Yeah. I'm still 18 if anyone's asking, innit? But they've not obviously Birmingham, Manchester, and then London as well. They're so multicultural. You hear so many different worlds. Do you know what I mean? That you see people, different societies. But certain people don't have that experience. I couldn't believe that at first.
I've got a kind of good way to put it. Still, I see the world as land and water. There's two things, bro. There's either land or there's water. So the fact that other people over the years have split them into different things and called everything, we're all the same thing, bro. Unless you're a fish and you're in the water, bro. You're on the land with the man, them, innit? So we're all the same thing, bro.
No, I read that. Well, I want to chat a bit about your fashion sense as well, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Where is this inspired from? Did it come from a young age? Were you in school wearing different clothes though?
Yes, bro. People that know, obviously I got the nickname SOX as well. I used to play ice hockey a lot, innit? So if people that ice skate don't know, you get blisters on the back of your feet, innit? So
and my boy's just done his legging from hockey.
Ice hockey. Yeah. I hope he gets better, man. But yeah, we was playing a lot of ice hockey every Saturday and Sunday. I'm playing professionally for Birmingham Rockets and that. Man got blisters on the back of my feet, innit? I had to have a week off school because of it, and my mum was a bit strict after. The next Monday morning comes, she's like, John, you're not going to, like, not having a week off and playing Need for Speed again. You have to go to school. So they sent me there in flip-flops. Mum, don't know why you done this, but I forgive you on that. So I had to go there in flip-flops in year 8. Everyone laughed at me. Ended up walking out of school at about, say, 3rd lesson in, and that said, I'm not having this.
Yeah.
Next day, my mum was like, well, you've still got to go to school, so I'm not wearing my flip-flops. So, bless her, man. She cut like a U shape out of the back of my Air Maxes where the blister was, isn't it?
Yeah,
and tried to like patch it up and that. And I thought it was cool. I said, yeah, no one's gonna diss my flip flops today. I was gonna blend it and that. And same thing about 3rd lesson in 2nd break. Someone's clocked that I've got a like U shape cut out of my trainers, isn't it? And man started giving me shit for what I was wearing, and it was harsh. Like, man was fully mocking man and that. And
kids are horrible, bro.
After that, bro, does it really matter what you wear and that? If I think something's sick, got different areas, different fashion sense again. Man around here will wear Clarks. Everybody after the arts when me get me Clarks. But if you wore Clarks in my school and that, they're expecting you to wear Sergio Tacchini and Carbrini and high-end Italian fashion and that. But So yeah, I just stopped caring about what anyone thought was cool. If I liked it, bloods. Like
That's it.
certain things I've worn on the internet have cost me £5. Certain things I've worn on the internet have cost me £500. But I like them equally. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about the price tag, innit? It's what you like. This is one of the things we love about you, bro. It's very authentic, innit? Like you just do your thing, man.
and then the perfect person that I met was Blue Cheese. Big up Blue Cheese.
Yeah.
Like when I'm wearing all these bright colours,
Yeah.
he's a fashion brand that was doing that before he even met me and that. So it just set hand in hand, didn't it?
Yeah.
So big up Blue Cheese, man. Most of my eccentric drip, as man call it, comes from Mr. Cheese, isn't it? So
Cheese, yeah. Bro, it's just a separate thing I wanted to ask you. Are you Muslim?
not even, you know, bro.
Because again, referencing that chop shop, you're on about halal sweets and this and that and no pork.
Yeah, I don't like pork, and
Why is that?
that's scientific, bro. If you ask any firemen, they won't eat pork. Humans are very close to pigs,
Yeah.
so you could transplant a pig's heart and put it in me if it was the same blood type, and I would live for 20 years.
Bro.
You couldn't do that with a cow. You couldn't do that with a horse. That's a bit too close. So if you was to burn your skin accidentally in a house fire, you'll smell like bacon. Genetically, pigs are dirty animals. It's absolutely nothing to do with religion. So if there's anything that you can get out of my food that doesn't involve a pig, example the halal sweets, I'd rather have them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And religious-wise, I was never baptised or anything. I'm not a Christian. I think I respect every religion for what it is, and not just the major 7 that are known. I mean, I know about 40 religions and subcultures and that. I'm close to Buddhist still, because just the peace thing and the Zen. And if I was to pray, it would be Om Mane Padme Hum.
What is that?
It's the 5. Sorry, Om Mane Padme Hum. It's the 5 chakras, isn't it? So like my chant, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't pray like this, for example. I wouldn't pray like that. I'd probably sit there, close my eyes, and that's my relaxing mantra. You know when you feel like flipping and that. So yeah, I'm close to. I'm not a Buddhist, but that's my closest thing, innit?
Do you believe in reincarnation then?
100%, bro. I've been here before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, who were you before?
Yeah, man. I died in a house fire in 1976 in India, and I still remember my parents. I see them when I dream. Oh, my mum's, bro.
Oh, go on, let's talk about this.
No, that's enough. We'll leave that part 2, yeah. But
bro,
100%,
you can't
bro.
just be spitting stuff like that and then just
Yeah.
you're gonna be disliking the video like what's man?
We'll go into religion on another video and
That's
that.
gone, bro. It's gone. But I just was not expecting that, bro.
Yeah.
You must catch a lot of people by surprise with that then.
The way that it rolled off my tongue is just how passionate I am and believe it, innit?
Bro, man. Yeah. So grime again, I was mentioning because you are. Would you class yourself as a grime MC?
100. I'm more than a grime MC, but I'm definitely 100% a grime MC. One of the definitive grime MCs in Birmingham and the UK. So.
How did you get started in music then? Going off school.
Local youth centre. They used to have decks, and all the men would come in and MC. There'd be a room of 40 man rapping. They'd have a DJ there, and that's how I met most of the man from the ends as well. So not many of the MCs carried on and took it seriously, but everyone on the whole ends would have a bar. Whether it was their one liquor, 198 bar, and that would take up an hour every Tuesday and Thursday, innit? And obviously, man, start thinking this could be serious. But my 198 bar, I started thinking was better than some of the other man's liquor 8 bar, innit?
Right.
So
now I'm starting to think after a few weeks, like, yo, my 8 bar is like top 3 in the room now, innit? And then it's got to the point where, yeah, my 8 bar can be better than anyone in this room. A man can go to a bigger room, example, oxygen rooms, and start trying to get into bigger social groups and not just the youth centre and that. So on this estate in 03, grime was even pushed by like youth centres and that. Like, it's mad still.
What age was that then, bro?
I would have been 13 then.
13 when you would say you were introduced to music, and that was through local.
Into grime, sorry.
Into grime specifically.
Yeah, this has always been a musical household. So.
Yeah. But in terms of you actually spitting though.
First time I used to rap was with my friend Warren in St George's Primary School. We used to remix things that we'd heard on the radio, and you know how people do parodies nowadays?
Yeah.
We'd change words and say words that we're not allowed to say, and make a swear version of the song or something.
Yeah.
And then we'd get all the girls to watch us in the corner, and we'd say, yo, we're doing disco at playtime. Obviously spread the word around and that.
Shit.
And me and my friend Warren would stand there in 1998 still.
That's
From early blood, trust me. Big up Warren as well if you watch this.
So, bro, at what point did you decide to basically take music serious then?
The second
As in, you were describing there, sorry to cut you off, you know, where you start to go to different rooms and this and that. At what point did you say, wow, this is a career thing? And fuck school by the sound of it.
From the start,
At 13?
The Fox school thing wasn't by choice, but the thing that made me say, man, want to do this is people telling me that I can't.
Who was
For
telling you
whatever
you can't?
people that didn't know me, and people that didn't know what grime was, because remember, we're talking 2003 here, so no one had ever heard what grime was. Man say, oh, what, you spit bars? Man would spit on the floor and go, I can spit, and everyone would laugh and not actually understand what spitting bars was, innit?
Yeah.
And especially when I was, obviously, as I said, in my area, the youth centres were pushing grime, so everyone around here did. When I'm doing it in other ends, they're looking at man like,
Yeah.
do you think you're Eminem, mate? Like, what's going on? What are you trying to do? And yeah, I thought I was good, and because I did get accepted round here and other inner city areas, I didn't try to listen to them, and I thought, just because you lot are telling me I can't, but you I can.
Yeah.
Well, you can what though? You can spit, or you can make a career out of this.
I can
how's
be
a
an MC. And
How's
I
a
can,
13-year-old thinking that big? Because it is thinking big, isn't it?
well,
Where is it coming
you
from?
go back to the rebellion thing,
Yeah,
and if people don't want to accept you and that, it could be man don't want you in the football team and that, you just start to rebel against me and think, yeah, I can. If I don't want you in that football team, I'm going to train extra hard and I'm going to make my own football team for it. I don't know, I think that's what the community spirit is around here, man. We've got good elders around us as well that tell you can be what you want from a very young age.
At what point did your music transform then into? At what point did you start hitting views? Is what I'm getting into. When did it really start picking up? Would you say?
My
And what
first,
caused it as well?
my first Samwell Council still. So my first ever 100,000 views was anti-gun crime video in 2006.
Wow.
That was paid for by Samwell Council and News Services. I think I've gone into that a bit more in other podcasts, so I won't go into that. And they used to support us. Some of the kids wanted to go Drayton Manor and bowling. We wanted music video production and studio time. Big up Conniver and that. And yeah, they helped us still. So they got us at the time, let's call it a Channel U ready industry level video for what it was in 2006. Paid for everything and let me put it out on my own channel as well.
The council funded this?
Sandwell City Council.
How does that? I've never even heard of anything.
Well,
like
it was a youth work detachment service. So what the youth workers used to do is come into parks where there's problems with gangs,
Right.
talk to the youths and ask you what do you want to do. And as a youth worker, I don't know, or you can work out the good youths and the bad youths. Bad youths get monitored by police, end up in jail. Good youths get services. And it's a mad cycle still, but in especially in nicer areas, the youth work detachment services, not so much now, they've all been cancelled. 10 years ago, there was really cracking down on stuff going on in Birmingham, especially Northwest.
Yeah, man. So you obviously you've ended up blowing in music, right? What because as I say with this podcast, I don't want it to be massively just going into like
not just
this,
a music thing.
This MC, that MC, do you know what I mean? But I want people to be able to take something from it. All people, right? So what I want to ask here is this music path here, where you've not gone the normal, whatever you refer as normal, sort of uni or whatever route. What life options did it give you? What experience have you gained from it? Music, what has music done for you, bro?
Well,
what can music do for a kid if they support him? Do you know what I mean?
First of all, take grime out of the equation. Music in general can get you anywhere you want in life. It's some people's sanity and peace of mind and everything and that. So everyone has a favourite song. For example, not everyone has a favourite football player or a favourite ice hockey team or whatnot, but everyone has a favourite song. So that means that everyone in the world can relate to that. And that's one of the only things that, except for like peace and love and all these real things that are high, it gets put in that bracket still.
Yeah.
So music can take you anywhere, bro. It can take you to high places and low places and pick you back up from both.
Yeah.
Where's it taking you?
A journey within my own self. Friends, opportunities that I would have never had, business opportunities, different.
Can you give us some of them, bro? Because you've travelled the world, innit?
I wouldn't say the world and that, but
Europe certainly through music.
I've definitely been around still.
Yeah.
Man. But just meeting new people and understanding different walks of life, and we'll go back to the school thing. People in school and say the bullying era and that, when they weren't accepting my music, they didn't want to hear what I had to say. Now when man's getting somewhere, people are like hanging off every word that man's saying at raves and that, and actually taking me serious and that, and that's a mad contrast still from man saying no, you can't do this, to man saying yo SOX, I'm sad today, what should I do about this, I've got this guy. At first I'm thinking, why am I asking me, who am I, bro? But over time and that, it becomes it's mad still, it's mad. So music took me everywhere, bro. Trust me, to the moon and back, bro.
for kids, bro, aspiring, looking up to you, innit?
Mm.
Because I'll be honest, we looked up to you in many ways as well. Like we weren't looking to do music, but just I guess for me personally anyway, I can only speak for myself, but you just doing you, innit? You know what I mean?
Being yourself.
Being yourself and doing it with confidence and finesse, bro. You're doing it proper, man. Yeah. For kids out there who aspire to go down this music road, yeah. It is a very general question, yeah, but what's the sort of blueprint for them? I know things are always changing, innit? But okay, let's give an example, yeah. So there's a 13-year-old kid now, yeah. Let's say his name, just by chance, is SOX as well, his nickname, yeah.
Yeah.
And he wants to get into music. He wants to, tour and make money off music and career and build a life from it. How does he go about that, bro?
Compared to my generation,
There
was nothing. There wasn't really anything built up. So, in the 17 years that me and my peers have been doing music, a lot of people have realised there's money in it. I'm sure you'll agree. Now there's a lot more money in UK music than there was 20 years ago, for example. So now we have things like Ditto, Spotify, Apple streaming, Tidal. These things didn't exist, and the amount of money that you're getting in difference compared to what you used to get when a million views on YouTube was about $1,000. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. A million streams on Tidal was about $13,500. Sorry, $13,500 something on those numbers. So compared to man's era, you're getting what? That much percentage more. So it's perfect. If you've got music, you can get a home studio set up for about 200 quid. You can get an internet connection anywhere in the UK pretty much. You can upload your music and you can make live off it. That's why man done music in the first place, to put the next generation through still. So big up everyone that's helped that happen. All like the team at Spotify and Apple and all the streaming sites, podcasters like yourself. Man's in a beautiful era for the youngest to come up, way better than my opportunity. So any youngers looking at me and my generation thinking, oh, we done well, we were sick. Nah, your generation is going up, way more, even financially, everything from what we had to do in 03, innit? So it's the best place to start going like it was now. Yeah. More opportunities everywhere, bro, because you don't have to rely on labels or anything. You can say, I want to be a rapper, buy your laptop, buy your stuff and do it. And if you're hard, innit? Whereas most ones didn't have that. It's literally that easy, bro. You could do it in 6 hours as long as you got August delivery.
So equipment-wise, it's not even that expensive, yeah?
Not really, bro. All you need is a laptop, copy of Fruity Loops that's legal, obviously, little microphone set up and a sound card.
Yeah.
That's it.
You can get going, innit?
It's not going to be industry level, but to the point where you can release and have a start. The money comes into it when it's music videos, innit? But besides that, that's what... Good point, actually. We didn't touch on it. Any person that's looking to do a music video to their first song and that, release the song first and check your feedback that you get from it. Don't whack loads of money into your first single before you put it out and got an audience. Check it. Release 2 or 3 songs first. You can still go back and do the video to that exact same song that you was going to do the video to.
But is it going to blow as well as the first time? Because I've seen that. I've seen people. I don't know if they're doing it because of the reason you give them, which makes a lot of sense because of feedback. It's obviously very useful, man. For the record as well, feedback on these kind of videos, bro, and guys out there, I need them, man, because I need to know where I'm fucking up as well. You get me? It's the only way to improve, innit? Bro, we were talking earlier as well. You mentioned, was it Flush Raw Media?
Flush Raw. Man would probably call that my most famous freestyle, even though it's not views wise. That's what a lot of people know me for internationally. Still, one of the first ones.
Well, yeah.
Okay. We was talking earlier about streams. Most of my streams don't come from the UK. Different countries are finding out about grime every so often, and like there's probably someone in the world that heard that freestyle just now or yesterday. Yeah. So it's mad still.
Yeah, bro. Can you give us some stories throughout your life of what music's done for you, like these going abroad and stuff? Again, I was listening to that other podcast that you did. I listened to it twice actually. And again, I know I'm saying it again and again, and it might sound cringy or whatever, but you know what? The way you embody just who you are, man. You know, you're on about going from Brum to Money and then jumping out on your push bike and this and that. And just, bro, I can imagine it, you being the guy you are, like just doing your little thing like that. Bro, just can we have some stories, something like that? Do you know what I mean? Where you just
what, like mad encounters in places where I didn't expect man to
unexpected shit. You get me?
I'll give you one on the Invasion Alert thing. I think as far as everyone was concerned, Invasion Alert was dead and gone and finished. I think JK had left and him and Vader had an argument or something. And I wasn't really considering myself as Invasion Alert anyway. There was no such thing. And I was touring a lot. I think I went not touring as in music touring and that. I was going
Just getting about.
doing a clothing thing and a bit of grime here and there. So I went Paris and Belgium within the same space of 2 weeks. And when I got off the plane in Paris, there was a support and it went bap, invasion alert. And I thought, oh yeah, sick, invasion alert, and that took a picture with him. I expect that in Birmingham. I didn't expect it from a French guy at the time, and that.
Yeah.
Come back to England. I went Belgium 2 weeks after I got off the plane and that. Next geezer, bap, invasion alert. Yo, fuck this, it's invasion alert now. When I come home and that, man ain't letting this die, because even if I want to, man ain't stopping, bro. So it's still going to be back wherever I go.
That's it.
Other places like Magaluf, I'm not going to act like man some money man, bro. I've been out there places and man ain't had no dough on me, bro. I've been walking in the most random place, like a back street of Calavignas, yeah. I've just seen some guy from Warsaw, like, oh, he SOX, and I need to know your name, yeah, if you watch this, because you was my G that day. I don't remember where he was. I've seen some guy, and at first I thought he was going to start me. I was like, oh, he SOX. And I'm in the middle of nowhere in Spain, yeah. I'm down on my luck. I've got no money on me. I don't know how I'm getting home and that. I was about to walk away from the geezer. I thought, fuck it, he'll catch me anyway. As I'm turning around, I said, it is you! You know, happy days, bro. He took me back to his hotel and that, asked me what I was doing out there. We met some Irish birds together, a bottle of Ciroc, went out raving and that. And I was really down on my luck in the middle of nowhere, bro. Man's from Birmingham, and just if it wasn't for music, he wouldn't say, hello, John from Birmingham. It was maybe I did something in his life through my music that inspired him that much to when he sees me. Instant energy from people as well. Sometimes I don't explain it. People that you've never met, they'll see you and their eyes will light up, and that's the shit that keeps man going and doing music.
It must feel like they know you in it, because you've already got so much of you out there.
I get it, because I've been a fan to other artists as well over my life and that, so when I see them I feel the same and that. So, well, when I was younger and that, but when I see man that are just like fascinated by man's existence and that, I've had people that have asked me, oh blood, can I have a hug? You know, a genuine one when you've been on a night out and that, and man said, yo, you helped me at this point in life. I've questioned how, because we weren't even doing podcasts then, I'm just rapping loads of crud, but man, I said, when I was going through this, I listened to this song and it made me... I can't even pin the points together and think how you listen to that song and that done to this day, bro, but it's music. Sometimes, and people might feel different to listening to my music than I feel when I listen to it.
Definitely.
Sometimes it is escapism as well, isn't it? Like, it puts their mind somewhere else, you get me?
I think the drum and bass as well, the drum and bass is a lot of escapism for people.
I'd bang that in the gym.
Grime's a bit more, for example, I beat up that lucky salmon. Just driving music, dancing music.
That's exactly the line. That's when you get, you know what I mean?
When you really want to get excited, the DMV comes on, innit?
Yeah, narrate that, man. That's sick, bro. Bro, there's a famous video, yeah. For that, I'm not mentioning, my cousin's in the background, yeah.
Big up, cousin.
Big up, man. He's come down with me, innit? I dragged him down, innit? I got him ready 2 hours before I was outside his house, bro. These man were pissed at me, you know.
Well, you still had 2 hours to get ready?
I got him up for 11. I'll be outside for 12. I think I landed about 2. Anyway, that's a different story. That's my bad, innit? But no, what I was gonna say, yo, there was a video, yeah, a famous video, fam. Yeah, it's you. JK is kicking off, yeah. Big up JK as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Couple man outside. I don't know if you're recording this and that.
The P1 man out. Is that
Oh, the line is. There's no weed, officer. We've already smoked it all.
Yeah, because
what's the backstory behind that video? But that's the sickest line. That
I think there was. Do you mean about the weed or the whole reason why we got pulled by
the whole reason? Because this is what I'm saying. So me and my cousin, yeah, we were listening. Bro, when that video came out, that's the times we were watching your stuff. So we're thinking, yo, what are these men doing this and that? Do you know what I mean? It was pretty sick to get like an exclusive of behind that. What was
Alright, so you see how the Birmingham grime scene was at that point, or at least our side of it, and Invasion Alert and Full Force and FRB and DP Legacy and that. If man's going town, everyone's supporting the movement because it's the first time man's seen a re-rise in Birmingham grime and that, so everyone's going for it. I think we was meant to be doing might have been the Bigger Fish tour, or there was something at the HMB Institute that's now known as the O2 Institute. A lot of people there, so we was waiting for Jamal Edwards, but as we're parked up with 2 cars of us as artists, everyone's landing to support, bro. Man from different ends are just rolling and landing and chilling.
Yeah.
To the point where obviously police come to see what we was doing, innit? But by that point, man ain't looking to get 2 stone before we're on stage anyway, so man ain't done. By the time the police have searched one person, if anyone's got weed on them, bro, you ain't finding the rest of it, and it's probably under a tyre or over that wall. Or...
Bro, also, I'm gonna stick it on you a bit, yeah?
Yeah?
If you don't mind. Yeah? I have to, you know, be true to myself, innit?
Yeah, man.
I want to question some of your lyrics, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah? Don't be trying to look at the notes, bro, yeah? So I'm gonna just drop a few lyrics in it. I just want to know the thought behind them.
Yeah.
Music, yeah, for me, my perception, right? I will touch on this after, yeah. Some people are more actually, you know, they really think about the lyrics they're saying, and some are perhaps entertainment, and some these days a lot of it is just a flow. Like, no disrespect, big up M Huncho on that, yeah. I think he's a sick guy. For the record, bro, if you ever watch this, shout me. I really want to get you on, yeah. Without the mask. I'm fucking, yeah, with the mask, obviously. Yeah, so, bro, these lyrics, yeah, I just want to know what your thought was behind them. Whether it's just, obviously, I know it's probably going to be entertainment, innit?
Yeah, man.
But if there is some, like, truth in it or whatever, yeah. So I'm not going to spit them, I'm going to read them, yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to read them.
So now you have to spit them, man.
Oh,
come on, we'll have fun.
I'll do the beat then, bro.
What you want to beat?
I want to beat, bro.
Fucking ooh.
Drake is the best MC in the world, but I don't rate him. Bro, this is so cringy, fuck. You're smashing it up, sounding like a dick, bro.
What you say, Rhythm and Gash live, yeah? Now come carry on.
So Drake is the best MC in the world, but I don't rate him. Most artists that are in the charts, I hate them. I think Rita Ora is sexy. Oh, what a shame she's a pagan.
Oh, she was nasty to my mate in college.
Go on then.
Yeah, no, and that's literally the name
How
on
was
the
she?
head. No, not my Birmingham friend. One of my friends in London, and that she was meant to put a verse on one of his tunes.
Did you go to college with her?
Yeah. I'm not going to say his name and that. Big up my
Yeah.
man. I think he's in jail at the moment. But
Right.
yeah, he didn't like.
She was just meant to put him on, and she didn't put him on.
Didn't put him on, man.
So you said
from young, innit? But yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Okay, what about the Drake thing, man? You don't rate him? I don't like him.
Well, Drake was one of the best MCs in the world at the time, but then I started hearing like Mandem in his bars and that, and when I say Mandem in his bars, certain flows and that I know you probably. Right. I'll keep it 100, bro, because I don't really want the Drake feature and that. I think he's a sick artist anyway, and I respect him and that. But I'm probably never going to be around you. I'm not going to be your warm-up acts and that. But
even then, bro,
I could hear the whole UK thing happening before man clocked onto it. Before man said, "Oh, he's remixing Skepta's bars and he's sounding Fam and Waste Man," and so just because I listen to music, man's clocking how he's sounding, and he's sounding like man. And the same time I'm remixing Drake tunes, I'm hearing certain things in Drake's music that's raw coming from the man then, bro. And at the time, everyone's saying, "Yo, are you mad, bro? You think Drake would copy man from the UK and that? You think he'd want to sound like you, man? But yo, 10 years down the... 2 years down the line, Section Boys, fucking gigs, and man's link at Digger D, even man that are on the lower end of things, I said, told ya, that was... If any man was right, bro, you get me? So he's the best MC in the world, but he was taking certain things from Birmingham at that time, bro. I'm a mums, bro. And Drake, if you watch this, he'll probably be honest and say, yes, I was around Skepta. I did want to come to Peckham and chill with gigs. I was having problems with Birdman. I wanted to be like the UK, man. So big up, bro. But I was the first one to notice that, bro. I probably shouldn't have said it how I said it and that, because he's probably the best artist in the world, as I said. But definitely taking certain things from Mandem in the end.
But what is the issue with that? Is it that he's not crediting it?
Yeah, he's not like he's bigging anyone up for it at that point.
Just
man's just running with certain things that he's hearing on One Extra. Real shit, bro.
Yeah. So it's like he's almost just robbing a piece of you, isn't it?
Eventually, he credited certain man, bro, but certain things have come from Birmingham and gone into Drake, bro, without much recognition for it, innit?
Yeah, it sounds like a bit of a cheap shot, innit? Yeah, also in between there, bro, you got most artists that chart, I don't rate them. What's that?
Because that was that. Bearing in mind, most of these lyrics was back in 2014. It's before the industry was so big and that, and certain people would chart because of management and who they had around and sponsored videos and who they was, not because of the actual album, innit?
Yeah.
So some of the artists that come from the streets and chart and actually have a good album, I rate. But an album that's been strategically put at number 6 in the charts to bust that artist from, say, Interscope, for example, I don't really rate that. It's because you didn't really go number 6, so to speak. It was the way that your label put it there. It's not getting paid in the club.
Alright, next one, bro, yeah? You're right, SOX, what are you doing? I'm shotting these bags with powder in. What's the explanation of these kind of bars, bro?
You know, like them American candy sweets. You remember the dib dabs where you used to lick the lollipop and they had the little powders in for 15p? Yeah, I used to sell sweets out an ice cream van in West Brom, innit?
Okay.
Yeah, man, the dib dabs, innit?
But though, you know, that birthday was a bit of a joke, innit? But
yeah.
That's what fucking I feel like you're known for, fam. Because it's so, again, man,
you know why that was, bro?
So unique, bro?
You're a Brummie as well, so you admit this, yeah? Don't you think that Londoners and people from other places think that's how every person from Birmingham
obviously, I live in Manchester now, yeah. my accent comes out a bit when I'm in Brum and I'm around Brum, and it kind of just works like that. Not on purpose, but that's just how it is, isn't it? Or certain words stick anyway, like time. I say
even commercial television and comedy shows, if they ever put the Birmingham accent on or have a guest, they'll always overplay it on the Black Country.
They do. But no, but this is a perception.
But obviously, I love every part of Brum. Big up them, man. So I'm over there. That's why I'm talking like them. I'm around them, man. And at that point, it's not like man's mocking it. I'm actually in West Bromwich with the West Brom man them daily. But man around here don't really speak like that. It's mad that I had to talk on a comedy level for man to take my accent serious. That's not really my accent. How about that one?
Yeah.
Mazablood.
That is a perception though, bro. That everyone from Brum speaks like that, you know. Another thing I wanted to ask you, just based on obviously a question, not question, but I just wanted to understand some of your lyrics in it. Actually, I'll ask you this first. I know it's grime, but what sort of lyrical category would you put yourself in? And these might just be categories out of my head, innit? They might not actually be legitimate, innit? So correct me if I'm wrong, innit?
Yeah.
And what I mentioned earlier, like certain people, they're about just having a catchy flow in it, and they'll just make words rhyme that aren't really words. Do you get me? Yours, as someone trying to inform people, like Loki, who was speaking about earlier off cam, you know, a lot of his stuff, shout out to him, would love to get him on as well, yeah. A lot of his stuff is, I don't want to say political, but information based, fact based.
Yeah, very close to political rap still.
Yeah. But I don't think they like that sort of label, innit? I don't think they like that label.
Who's the industry or the artist?
The artists.
I know, no, of course not.
Yeah. But where would you put yourself? And based off the back of that question, do you think there's a certain sort of morale that artists should have, i.e., going on to sort of drill and stuff? Where I know this is a massive topic, but talking about chefings and this and that, is there a sort of innate morale here that someone should have? Just think that, okay, what am I pointing out then? Who am I influencing? Do you see what I know? I said that a bit weird.
Yes, I get what you mean, but it goes back to the point of being yourself. So you see some of these youths that are doing drill, they're raw, not lying. That's their life. So they don't know anything else. So to say to them, man, go and rap about something different, they can't. On a deeper level, and they haven't lived a different life. So if they want to be rappers, you can't tell them, tone this down a bit, but they're not going to listen. I mean, some of my old lyrics, they were a bit crud or whatnot. Whether I respect them now or think I shouldn't have said them, I probably shouldn't. But at that time, man was riding for that bar for that 6 months. I genuinely meant it, and that is because that's what I was going through. So, especially with, as you mentioned, drill, I don't think you can tell them what to rap about. If you get to the point where you're successful and you sign to a label deal and you have millions of people watching, and man are putting money into you, 100% watch what you're saying. Please don't try and promote violence. Shouldn't be talking about dippings. I'm not going to mention names. There's a lot of artists that have come up from drill, turned mainstream and started doing gal tunes or dance tunes or are kind of kid friendly on a certain level. There is drill friendly, kid friendly drill songs. As mad as it is to say.
So you think, okay, but if you're living that life, yeah, and I'll be honest, might piss a lot of people off in it, but I'm not coming from a point of I don't actually know what I think about it, to be honest, because I do understand both sides. Because in one way, you can look at it like this, yeah. For one person to come out of the ends or whatever, or come off this drill thing and make it, yeah, they blow in the drill, right? They get signed and whatever, they're out, and you're saying, no longer rap about it now, yeah. So music has got them out. They can say, look, drill got me out of the ends, yeah. But at the same time, easily that same person probably influenced 10 to 1,000 or more people. You know, I say normal, but like kids who are alright.
Civilians.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right. To go down that path. Because, well, even when I put music on sometimes, I'm thinking, it puts you into a different mind. So where's the balance between the two? Do you get me?
And I get what you're saying, because there's another catch-22 with the one drill MC blowing out of the group. Everything that you said while you was blowing has still brought problems to the area that you was from by what you was saying whilst blowing before you started making good songs.
Would you say is it almost a selfish thing to do?
You know what? The general age of these drill MCs that are doing well, and the low skis and the digger D's and the rushes, correct me if I pronounce the names wrong and that, they're all young, bro, so it's not like they've got that much life experience. Sorry, adult life experience. You've probably been through as much stuff as me, if not more than that, I'm not sure, but at that age, do you really know much better?
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if man are in and out of jail as well, then you've got different social groups to impress, bro. Cause your jail man friends are going to expect you to act a certain way compared to your music management friends. It's all mad, bud. But yeah, the drill as a whole is on a positive and a negative scale. It's very way down in the negative thing.
It's not something you would jump on then?
You know what? The style, you see the music, it's so lit, not the bars, you know, the tempo, the drums, the piano. I get why they use gas to it and that. So, man have heard me on drill, but when I'm spitting on drill, I'm not drilling, so to speak. I'm spitting a grind flow, talking about certain things at the same tempo. Not just me as well, like Big Up Millions, man's done certain songs that are the drill, but man's not talking the most crud and that, so it can be done, bro. There's bare people from London that have done it as well. It doesn't have to, drill doesn't have to be negative, so to speak. Or direct at your ops and your block and everything that you're talking about and Rambos. You can still do a drill thing without bringing shame to the ends and getting your mates in trouble, because that's what it comes down to.
So it can evolve basically, and
100%.
And you know what I mean, improving, almost improve. You would say, innit? There's a lot of potential there, innit? Is grime dead, bro?
Grime will never die, not as long as I'm here, and a few other people as well, man. Trust me, grime will never die, and that it lives in people's hearts.
Yeah.
And there will always be a new generation of grime MCs as well still. Even on this block, there's another 50 hungry youngers that are not doing drill and are still trying to write grime bars, listening to old school tapes, even doing their research now and going back 15 years and even studying it I'd rather call it studying, bro, that are following the whole culture and still coming true. So big up all the man them that come check me that are in their early teens, say 17, 18, that come round and say, yo, I'm on the music thing. Get your Ditto accounts and keep on it, but so grime will never die, blood, in the answer to that.
Yeah. So, bro, again, correct me if I'm wrong here, yeah. So you've blown, yeah, and I'm taking it back a bit, but what I want to talk about is where you're at now with your music, and this kind of relates to the grime you say, yeah. Where's your music at now, man? Because personally, I don't hear it too much.
You know what? With the whole lockdown situation, I've got big dreams for videos, so I had a plan. I'm not going to say what the video was. I needed to go abroad to do it because my last, let's say for example, Tate had a great night out of the equation because it's drum and bass. My last successful grime big video was Birmingham to Ibiza. Okay. That was done in 2014. And
so it's been a minute.
It's been a minute, and at the time those videos set levels in the scene, and that I think it was video of the week on Channel U for about 6 weeks running or something. So for me to do a video following up that single, it has to be above that level and beyond, innit? So, and with the lockdown situation, obviously I'm not going to reveal my plans. I had 2 options to blow that one out of the water and come with the next thing, but if man can't get into other countries and do certain shit, I mean, since Birmingham to Ibiza, I was probably the first bro man that done a video abroad. Look how much man have got videos abroad now, but everyone's got a video abroad. Big up Mist, I see you in the snow. I've seen millions in Middle East, and yo, man are everywhere doing videos. So if man ain't gonna be on that level, bro, man's trying to do a video like Miami to the moon or something, bro, or like Birmingham to Melbourne, stopping off in Dubai, going Thailand on a cruise. Like, it can't be no little man video anymore, innit? So yeah, we got some plans, but lockdown just held them down, innit?
Yeah. Well, you mentioned there, was that 2015, did you say?
2014 from Ibiza.
Well, obviously lockdown hit 2020, innit?
Yeah.
So there's quite a few years there as well, in between.
Before that,
what's sort of going on there? Is it fair to say that, I don't know if you sort of left music at some point, or people just stopped hearing your name or something? Did something happen? Or I know there's a whole different thing as well, but just musically, like...
I'd say about 2016, I stopped using my industry. I wouldn't say using. I stopped communicating with my industry links and the Radio 1 plugs and certain things after the Mobile Awards. And yeah, I was just trying to do my own thing. Obviously, I was around Boy Better Know for a bit. That was like my university kind of thing. So when I come back to Birmingham, I had a break to use all the knowledge that them lot give me to set on my own things. I mean, I had my own studio for 3 years. Then man told me start producing. I was doing the XOS thing, making my own beats. So I made sure that all the music that I got, I owned 100% of. Yeah. I had my own label. I'm not doing a freestyle for some channel that's going to shut down in 6 months or do me a wrong 5 years down the line. So I suppose man could say man fell off, or man went through, right, this is adult learning curve of how to make money in the music industry and last for the next 20, 30 years.
You almost restarted, didn't it?
Yeah,
it sounds like you were sort of bouncing off.
I wouldn't really call it a restart point, but because I was already so far up, it was like the start.
Okay, of something else.
The start
of your own thing, do you know?
Yeah, man. At the start of being my own man, my own management, my own money, my own music label, my own decisions and that. So obviously, in terms of the industry and not having certain man pushing you, it's going to look like you're not putting regular releases out on One Extra and you fell off and that. But there's also a thing called the rave scene as well. So when I'm going and doing all my music live and that, it's all 100% my music. I'm learning how to DJ. And I don't know, I think a lot of people in the industry are wary of me, you know, because I genuinely don't need no one, blood. I think that made a lot of people take a back step from me and be careful where they invite me, because if this kid learns any more, he's not going to stay with us and use it. He's going to go and rebuild it over here and bring his man them through and share the knowledge and that. And realistically, bro, it's a business. No one don't want no one around that's doing that. But man's a realist, you get me, so.
Yeah, so new music, bro, coming from now, innit?
From this point, Studio 7 EP dropping, just getting that finalised still. Big Birmingham tune in the pipeline as well still. Big up Mafia Records. I think we've got up to 15 artists on that so far. So that's a mad thing. That's featuring most of the big names in Birmingham still.
What's your vision going forward in the music industry, bro? Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself?
Well, I think with lockdown and everything that's happened now, raves are eventually going to be allowed and things are going to start being able to go ahead again, especially with the vaccinations and whatnot. So if I could put on my own raves and MC at them and bring the man them through, that's just one little avenue I can go in. Radio, management, you know, this, I'm not talking about me as an MC, I'm just on about other things and that. Man's got a clothing label coming out, and then just drop the album, blood. The EP will be coming out after that. I know everyone's been waiting for a SOX mixtape. Last one was like 2014. But I want it to be the mixtape that I wanted the first one to be, if that makes sense, with complete control. I need a few old K1 beats. It just has to sound like SOX, bro. Like, not with any industry influence, so to speak, and that will take longer. It will take longer to put the videos out or whatnot. Hence why I haven't dropped in so long and that. But when it lands, bro, 100% SOX.
Also, you mentioned, bro, you're doing a lot of youth work now as well.
Yeah, man. With the lockdown, not so much again, but before lockdown, I was fully on it.
Because you're definitely someone who gives back to the community, innit?
Yeah, man. I try to do wherever I can still, and not just my community as well, not just Birmingham. When I was doing youth work, man's doing it all over the UK, even South Wales and stuff, innit?
Can you tell us a bit about that, bro? I don't think people talk about this kind of stuff much.
We touched on it earlier with the Samwell Youth Work Department, how they come and got us from...
No, but I mean what you're doing now, giving back. Because again, referring to the other podcasts, you know, you mentioned they give kids studio time and take them out graffiti, this and that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Sandwell thing is you going in, using a youth centre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so whereas this thing is more you helping the youth out from your... So, I mean, you've been an older grown man, you know what I mean?
Well, I've always done it still, even when I had a studio and that, youths would come that couldn't really, when I say youths, bro, man's talking like 16, 17, 18 and that, like adults, you get me, not no. So, say for example, kids in year 11 that come from with their blazers, I'd see them counting out like £3 to the studio, the next brethren's chipping in things here and there and that.
Yeah, so bro, obviously you're someone with a lot of life experience in it. Definitely in it. You've travelled quite a bit. You've seen mad highs as well, in terms of music and everything. Met a lot of people, you know, bounced around a lot of people. You got a lot of life experience in it.
Yeah, man.
What's the best advice you ever received from someone? General, it doesn't have to be music related.
Just be yourself and don't be disrespectful or harm others, innit? Like, you can be yourself and you can chase your own journey, but don't make it have a negative impact on others and that. Don't make it be a selfish thing, innit? So you can be whatever you want, just as long as it doesn't have a negative impact on anyone else.
So do you innit, and
just be you and don't hurt anyone, innit?
Yeah.
Everyone's
live and
equal.
let live, innit?
Live and let live. Animals don't hurt animals. Like when I say, just be normal, innit?
Yeah. And what's the best advice you'd give? Sorry, so I'm not. Is that something that someone said to you then? Was that what you?
Because my whole family background was just like, you can do whatever you want, just don't hurt others and that.
Yeah. Because what I wanted to ask as well is, what's the best advice that you'd give to a kid growing up?
In this day and age now, focus on what it is you want in life, and try and get an earlier start as doing as much of that as you can now. We live in the era of technology. We've got YouTube and that. Don't wait to learn something at college when you have YouTube in your house. If you're interested when you're age 11 or 12, you can go and start studying from now. Even if the school tells you to do homework, do your homework, then you can do your own homework that school doesn't have to tell you to do towards your business streams. And I'm sure that your parents and guardians will help you if you show an interest in something. So talk to your family, tell them what you're interested in, and people that are around you will push you in your guidelines still and show you the right direction, hopefully.
There's loads of information out there for free.
Trust me, find it yourself, bro.
Yeah, YouTube. I think YouTube has mainly YouTube has pushed that for people, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
It's literally anything, can it?
Yeah.
Anything, you can find out about anything.
Trust me.
Yeah, you can spend 30 grand on a degree. Obviously, you need it to an extent, but you can probably find a lot of that.
The information on that degree will be drip fed to you on the times that the lecture is on. So if you're in a bad mood when that lecture's on and you don't feel like learning, I'm not discrediting university and that, you're not going to take it in. But if you learn when you want to learn and you're enthusiastic to learn, you're going to learn quicker.
I'm gonna wrap that up there, bro, if that's alright.
Yeah, man, that's cool, bro.
What I did want to get though, if it's possible, is a little freestyle on that to close it out.
Let me try and think of something that I've got.
We want the yam yam, bro. We want the yam yam.
What do you want?
What am I doing all of that?
The original, the remix.
The original, bro.
What go on, SOX? What am I doing? I'm shotting these bags with powder in. I've got a thing in bro. I'm like, you alright, cocker? Come for a cuppa, you welcome in. I'm a single man with a son. Oh, I need out with him. How goes it? You ain't got no bullets. I heard from Robbie, my muppet. She don't know that I'm texting others. My link's nice, but her brethren's butters. Style and class with fries and arse sliding down in Flex's covers. You know, my mum won't like me rapping the next bit. I'm in my yard, yeah. Oh, sorry about that lyric, yeah. But yo, inside the place, shout out all the man them. Thank you for coming down, bro. And obviously, I said it was meant to be barbecue settings. Probably do an episode 2 if these man are welcome. You get me?
Of course, man.
We'll fry up some food and that. And
is there anything you want to say in closing, bro? Yeah, man, back it out there.
Yeah, man. Just big up all the man them behind the scenes that have helped as well. Big up your boy on his uniting in the kitchen. Big up the man them just keeping the vibe going.
So actually, for those of you know, innit, got one of my friends who I do mukbangs with and stuff. I'm gonna try to feature him on other stuff. But his surname relates similarly to your sort of name.
Yeah, man.
So I was conscious of that. You know, when we put that in there, I thought, oh shit, he might think we nicked it. But because it's not music, it's kind of like, do you get me?
Yeah, it's the way the Instagram algorithms work as well, you know. So you know, because I'm Sharabardo, I've come on, I checked my phone and it's popped up straight away because I'm the only person that really uses that word. So I clocked it. I thought, hold on, and that's how we obviously was meant to do it before and that, but I couldn't get up to Manchester, so that's why we confirmed it still. So there's 2 Sharabardos out here now. Yeah, we got this up to Sharabardo.
Wicked, bro. Nah, honestly, I just want to say shout out to you as well, bro. Like, you know, I'm not licking ass or nothing in it, but the hospitality, yeah.
Genuinely.
Do you know what I mean? And just let us in the house, everything. You know what I mean? Proper like it's your own thing. So shout out to you for that, bro. Yeah.
Respect, blood. And welcome back anytime, fam.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, guys.
And you're a big fist to the cuzzy behind the camera as well. Back.
Like, share, subscribe, guys. And anyone else you want to see on, drop it in the comments down below. We'll drop your socials in this as well, innit?
Of course. Like, follow and subscribe.
Exactly, man. We'll call it there, man. I respect for that, bro, man. How do you reckon it went?